Can you all see my screen? Let me unmute you guys. If you can see my screen, just let me know in the chat if you can see my screen. Let me unmute you guys. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Marco,
Yes,
can you see
can
I see it now? Can you see what I see?
the chat and your face.
Okay, which pair are you seeing now? Did the pair change?
No, it's still the same thing.
Showing
Okay, yes, that's changed.
Euro AUD bar.
Euro AUD, yes.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let me continue. Thank you very much. You can mute it again. Let me see if I can mute it. Okay, now let's go to the charts. I would like us to backtest for the week and see what the chart was like, what we did, and if possible, check our mistakes as well. So on our charts now for last week, let me take it back to 1 week, weekly time frame, and come back to this side. So I'll take everything off from the Euro AUD. I'll start from the Euro AUD up to the XAUSD. So we'll see everything. You just have to watch closely, see the strategy, how I backtest, and everything about it. So let me start the replay. I'll take it to 1 week. This is a weekly candle stick. This is 1 week. And to replay it, I will go back. I'll see what does the weekly candle look like. If you can see now, we have a break of structure on this side. Market came to retest it. Let me map out the break of structure on the weekly time frame. You can see the first break of structure here. Let me put the BOS. This call will be recorded, so you can later watch through it. And so we'll be doing this every week, every weekend. So it just goes on and on. This is the first break of structure here, and this is the OB. Sorry. This is the order block. OB means order block. BOS means break of structure. This is the order block we have here. So markets came to retest the order block on the weekly time frame and continue pushing to the top, creating another break of structure here and another order block here, which I don't think it is valid, because for me to consider a valid order block, there are two things I look out for. But the most important thing let me just give you the most important thing I look out for another block, which is fair value gap. What is fair value gap? Fair value gap is when three candles, there's a space in between three candles. For instance, let me show you a fair value gap. This is a fair value gap. You can see this space here is called fair value gap. Why is it called a fair value gap? Now, you can see the market, after forming this candle, this first blue candle, it's formed another candle here. Then there's this space here and here like this. It did not fill up the space. It gave this space for forming another candle to go to the top. Let me show you another clear example. You can see here, market formed this candle and it created a big candle, and here's another candle at the top. Now you can see this space here. What did market do? It came back to fill it up before going on its direction. You understand that? Now, before going on its direction, that's what the market did here. And that is what we call fair value gap. What makes a break of structure is valid for me is seeing a fair value gap at that break of structure zone. Most times I don't consider the liquidity zones, because fair value gap is also a strong liquidity zone that you can use to enter a trade, which most times I don't keep to that rules and I break it, which is why you see sometimes I have SL. Now let me explain one other thing that happens lately in our trade. I failed to drop most of my trade on WhatsApp. I don't know if I should call it fear or what, but sometimes I don't drop most trade I take because I feel like I should just take this personal trade. Sometimes the personal trade goes the right way, while the trade I have more confidence on goes the wrong way, and I post the bad one for you guys, which is very, very bad of me. And that was what I was thinking. We should just switch to Telegram and I can be dropping all my trades without missing any. So get your account ready, maintain your risk management, because we are going fire for fire this week. Now, like I was saying, now this is a break of structure on the 1 week weekly time frame. On a normal day, we don't mark out break of structure on weekly time frame, but I'm using my own experience to mark it out, because that's what I always do. I mark it out. I say this is where the market should come and retest. So I know if market gets to this place, I should not look for more sell. Instead, I should be looking for buy, because it's going to reverse. I can see on the weekly time frame now, this is break of structure. This is a buy to the upside, come down, retest, buy again, come down, buy again, But now this is a higher time frame. So breaking down to the smaller time frame, just like saying before you climb climb a story building, there are many steps you're going to climb. So climbing for the smaller time frame, now you might be seeing the market showing a sign of sell or another thing. It does not mean the market is wrong or anything, but showing that sell means that, okay, for it to get to this buy zone, it must sell to get to this buy zone. You understand? It must sell to get to this buy zone. That's why it's showing the sell on the smaller time frame. Now let's go to the daily time frame. What are we seeing on the daily time frame? On the daily time frame, you can see the market is going downward. It's selling, 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 selling. I'm just trying to give you a free explanation on this. We're going to have a full detail of it in our class later next month. So you can see on the daily time frame, market is already selling. So you should not look for buy in this market. Instead, just look for sell. Now let's go to the 4 hours time frame. On the 4 hours time frame, you can see market came to this. It tested this this OB here, this order block. When I say OB, you know I mean order block. O for order, B for block. Tested this order block and keep going down. Now let's go down to 1 hour time frame. That's where I mostly take my trade from. Now what do I look out for in 1 hour time frame? I found a fair value gap and break of structure, and that's where I place my order. Now let's see what happens on 1 hour. Let me play it on 1 hour. You see markets keep going, going, going. There's no clear sign. There's no clear break. There's no fair value gap or clear break of structure for me to enter. But on this part, I was seeing a break of structure here. Let's see what we have here. There's a break of structure here. A BOS break of structure. And this is where I want my entry to be. Why do I want my entry to be on that side? If you look clearly, like I said, this is a fair value gap. You can see the market have space here. It does not fill up this space. So let's see clearly if market is going to fill up this space to come to this side. Let's see. FVG. Fair value gap is called FVG. Let's see what the market does in this place. It filled it up. You see, it tested this order block. Let's see. And it went downward. Do you see what happened now? So now you see what the market just did. It went up to this place to test this order block and started dumping. So let's say we are take a trade from this side. This was a trade we missed last week. I wish to notice this earlier. We have take a trade from this side. Always make sure your SL is a little bit above the order block. Now we have 21.4 pips. Then I might put my TP at this zone, just finding 1 to 3. Boom, we had TP already on this trade. If we had take this trade last week, let's see the next thing we are going to have on this Euro AUD and see the back test for it again. Market kept going down. It created an FVG here and a break of structure, which he already filled it up with this week. So I'm not going to take that trade because it's not a sure trade for me anymore. Once I see markets filled it up with this week, I'm not going to take it again. I'll just have to leave it and wait for another zone. So that was all the trade for Euro AUD in last week. Now, since that was all for Euro AUD last week, let's see what this new week is going to be like on Euro AUD. Now, let me take out the back testing and let's go. Now, when I want to analyze the market, like I always say, that there's what they call top-down analysis. You start from the weekly time frame down to the daily, 4 hours, 1 hour, and you find your entry on 15 minutes to 5 minutes. That's where I usually find my entry, to have a smaller SL. But if you want a big SL, you can find it on 1 hour. It's still perfect. And let's see what the weekly candle is saying. On the weekly time frame, this is what we have. This is a break of structure here. So I'm expecting to see market come to retest this zone. So overall, we are still saying market is still selling because it does not retest this zone. But mind you, the weekly zone does not always determine the final move of the market, because the market might be showing that it wants to come and test this zone. While on daily time, let's see what daily time frame is saying. Daily time frame is also coming down to test that zone. So let's say it's overall now is on a sell frame, but they might have some reversal to the top and before it continues selling. It happens most time. And let's see the 1 hour. What does the 1 hour say? Are you guys hearing me? I hope everybody's hearing me. Can you hear me? Hey, baby boy.
Yeah. I dey hear you.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, sharp. Okay, now let's see what the market has to do on 4 hours. Let's go to the 4 hours and see. It's still moving to the top. So initially on the weekly time frame, it's going to touch this zone. Then daily time frame, there's no clear entry on this Euro AUD. Also on the 4 hours, there's no clear entry. On the 1 hour, there's no clear entry. There's no clear trade for this particular pair. That's for tomorrow. Within the week, we might see clear entries and big trade on it. Now, next on my trade on my chart is Euro NZD. This is called Euro New Zealand Dollar. Now let's backtest the week and see what happened during the week before we analyze for the new week that's coming. Now let's see. I'll have to replay and test this week. Now let's see what the week is showing. On this place, the weekly time frame seems not to be clear enough because there's a zone here which I'm not sure it's going to test. But let's see what the daily time frame said. Now, on the daily time frame, there is a fake. I call it fake because it's not clearly a break of structure on this zone. But since there's an FVG, you can still call it a break of structure. So which says market is going to come up to test this zone on a daily time frame before continuing to the downside because it's already on a down trend. Now let's see what 4 hours is saying. Now 4 hours says market is supposed to test the zone here as well. It's still showing us. Now let's see what 1 hour is saying. On the 1 hour time frame, the market is just kind of scattered here, which means it's testing a zone here which we are not sure about, and another zone on this place. But let's play and see what happens first before we have a final break of structure here. Clear break of structure. Now, if I was following this market closely, I would have gone down to the 30-minute time frame to see if this break of structure was valid enough for me. But there's no FVG on this line because I already filled out the FVG here. It filled it up and continue going to the top. So I'll just let it be and see what's going to happen. Let me play again and see. So throughout the last week, I guess Euro NZD did not give us any clear trade. So, and I did not post any trade on that as well. So I guess there was no clear trade on Euro NZD last week. It happens this way. Sometimes you might wait for a month without seeing a trade on some of these pairs. We just have to be patient to wait for your proper confirmation before taking any trade. Because if you don't wait for proper confirmation, you're going to fuck yourself up. So that's all for the Euro NZD. Let's see what the new week is going to have on that pair. If there is any entry on the pair. On the new week, I see market already crossed this place, coming down to this side. And most likely it will come to here. Now let's see what the daily says. On the daily time frame, it seems market is just accumulating in this place. Let's see for 4 hours. On the 4 hours, market had a break of structure. Remember on the daily time frame, we had this zone. We said market was supposed to come and test this zone here. So market was supposed to come and test this OB on this place. Now let's see what 4 hours is saying. Now 4 hours gave us a break of structure here already, which it seems is going to be a good one because I like such structure on higher time frame. Let's see if it's showing on a 1 hour time frame as well. On the 1 hour time frame, this structure does not seem clearly on the 1 hour time frame. So I'm going to leave this trade, allow the market to open and see what's going to happen first before I can set any analysis on the market. Now let's go to the GBP New Zealand dollar. So it's going to be a long and boring class. So just stay tuned, please. Stay tuned. GBP New Zealand dollar. Let's see what the weekly time frame is saying on the GBP New Zealand dollar. Now let's backtest for the last week first of all. That's what we always do. Backtest for the last week and we find analysis for the new week. Now backtesting on the last week, GBP New Zealand dollar. I can say it's going to come to this zone on the weekly time frame Then let me see the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, I'm not seeing a clear structure here. But let's see what the 4 hours is saying. On the 4 hours, there's also no clear structure here for me. Then on the 1 hour time frame, let's see what the 1 hour is saying. There's no clear structure as well. Remember I said this should have been an FVG, but there should be another candle opening beneath it here, if I can call this an FVG. But you only see one candle and you only see 2 candles like this. You cannot call it FVG until the 3rd candle open and this space is still there. That's when you call it an FVG. But for now, it's not an FVG. It's just a normal candle. So there was no sign, there was no entry. As at last week, Monday, there was no entry. Let's see what happens, what played out within the week. What played out within the week. It was giving a kind of a sell signal on this zone, which I would not take because I was considering this FVG is too small and it can fill it up. So I would have left this trade out. Sometimes I like my trade to have higher confirmation because it gives me more confidence when I'm trading something that have more confirmation. I'll be like, yeah, even though it hits the SL, yes, it's fine. I know I followed my rules and my comeback will be better. That's just one thing I believe in. So you can see it came to test this zone. Where was this zone? Where did we have this zone on? It was on weekly time frame. It was on weekly time frame. It came down to test it already. Can you see that? As you can see on the 1 hour, it already tested that place and started going up again. After testing, it started going up. Let's see what happens. So now, I guess with market testing that weekly time zone, we should be expecting more of a buy on this GBP NZD. Now, let's see what the new week is going to have on that particular pair. Let me see what the week is going to give us. Since it already tested this zone, now let's see what daily time frame is saying. The daily time frame, there has not been any good break of structure for us. Let's see what the 4 hours is saying. 4 hours is having a fake break of structure, which is on this part. I call it fake because sometimes market does not respect it being this close. So in this case, I might choose to go down to 3 hours. Let's see what 3 hours is saying. If it looks clear, it looks worse here. 2 hours does not look very clear for me to take. Mind you, other traders might take it. They might know how to follow it, how to navigate their way in this. But this is just what I do on a daily basis, how I take my trades. And so this is it. No clear structure here. Let's see what NZD card has for us. I trade up to 20 pairs, I guess, or 30. So I just have to monitor everything every day. I just know that within the week, 5 or 4 will give us clear structure, and that's fine. Now let's see what NZD card has. Let me go to the weekly time frame and take out these structures I have here. Now let me see. Backtest on 1 week. Now what is the weekly saying? There's already a break of structure here, so it's going to the upside. It's most likely will come down to retest a zone here, which we are not sure is going to happen soon. Like I said earlier, weekly time frame might take up to months, like 2 months, 3 months, 4 months before it come down to that zone to test it. So it's already created a zone here, which I'm not sure if it's coming back to test soon enough. Might take time. Now let's see what the daily is saying. On the daily time frame, there's also a structure. There's also a zone here I wanted to come and test close to the weekly time frame. So let's see if the daily already created a break of structure this way. What should we be expecting? There's another break of structure here which gives us this sign here. So we should be expecting more of a sell in this NZ card for last week. Let's see what 4 hours was saying. 4 hours had a break of structure here and tested this zone, which shouldn't have been a valid zone for me because I don't like taking trades from 4 hours. I need to go to 1 hour to confirm that is valid. And on 1 hour, I'm not seeing any valid zone. So I just have to play it out to see what's really happened on the NZD card. Mind you, all these pair I'm checking right now, I did not take any trade on them last week because I was not seeing any clear sign there. No clear sign on these pairs last week. So I just checked and left them. Let's see what's happening. So you can see market is just ranging around, not moving. So there was not even much volatility in this pair last week, just ranging around all through the week. That's very bad. Just ranging around, ranging. And that was how the week ended. No clear sign of entry. Now let's see what the new week has to say. This is already the zone we had out there. Then on daily time frame, to keep ranging on these spots. On the 4 hours time frame, there is no clear entry on this trade as at today while checking it. This is Sunday, December, February 15th at 9:27 p.m. So there might be other clear entry during the week, which we might look out for. And let's see the next pair here. We have AUD and ZD. Now, this was a pair I was expecting a good buy on. If you can see clearly, my risk to reward ratio is 11, 1 ratio 11. So imagine I took this trade and I was risking like $100. I would have been having $1,100. Good one. But sadly, I was waiting for it to come and test my zone, which it didn't test it. That's heartbreaking, sure. But what do I have to say? I have to accept it the way it is. Now let's see what's the week. I have to clear this off and show what last week looked like on the pair. I have to clear it off. Let's see what last week looked like on the weekly time frame. I'll make this, don't worry, I'll make this snappy so the video doesn't look too lengthy. Don't want to take your time. On the weekly time frame, this is a zone I wanted. This is not a clear zone, but in case market comes to create this zone and shows sign of reversal, I might still take a trade from here if I have a proper break of structure. Now this is a daily time frame. I'm still looking at this place. Now on the 4 hours time frame, what are we looking at? 4 hours, no clear break of structure, but this break of structure here, which I don't expect a buy in this market since it's heading downward. Just expect sell. So I don't want to risk it. Come down to the 1 hour. What was he saying? No clear sign. It only came to this zone and is ranging around, which I will not advise anybody to take a trade from that zone because it's not really a clear sign to buy from. It's not really a clear sign. Oh, sorry, I did not even replay it. Let's replay the week. Let's see what the last week looked like. Last week, let's see. The daily time frame and 4 hours. And there's no clear sign here. There was no clear sign on as at Monday last week. No clear sign. Now on Monday there's a sign here on 1 hour, but which is not valid because I don't like entering with this week. It looks so fake. Let's see what happens. You see, it came up. As mean I had set an entry, it would have just take me out and keep pumping to the top, which would be so confusing. And here there's a break of structure which will give us an entry on this zone. And this zone entry will be very risky to take because taking an entry here when you don't know where the market is even headed. See? This was even where I placed my entry that time. So I think market will head upward. And it keep ranging downward. But that entry is no longer valid because of something I noticed in this place. As you can see clearly, market came with this week. He used this week, this week here to test the head of this candle. Now setting an entry here now without any FVG, any valid FVG, market might come and clear this place downward, keep going down, and that's going to be a very bad trade for us. So let's see for the new week on AUD and ZD on the daily time frame. No break of structure yet. For one daily, there's nothing on the 4 hours. No break of structure on 4 hours. On 1 hour, there's nothing on 1 hour. So we should just chill and see what the new week brings for us on that there. Let's see what the Euro JPY is. One of my favorite pair because it moves very fast, very fast. And I like that pair for that speed alone. Now the Euro JPY, what is it showing? Now let's check what the week had done on the Euro JPY. Let's see. I have to take it out and see what the week had. Now on the weekly time frame for us out last week, there was no clear sign. Let's go to the daily time frame and see what it was showing. the daily time frame. It seems markets came to this point, but it already crossed it with a full body, so I will not consider it as a entry zone for me. I'll just leave the market to keep playing out. Let's see what the 4 hours is saying. In the 4 hours time frame, I was expecting market to respect this zone, which wouldn't have happened because of this week I'm seeing here. This is a sweet liquidity. Market might come up to clear it and dump downward. It's mostly happened on this pair. It's come up to take out this liquidity and dump downward. But let's see what 1 hour was showing on that same pair. 1 hour wasn't showing any clear entry except on this entry here, which we have a zone on this place, this FVG here, and this other OB here, this other block. And let's see what happens. I want to play it to see what happened last week. As you can see, markets keep ranging around this zone. I have no respect this other block I'm waiting for. Just keep dancing around the zone. And sadly, it kept moving downward without respecting the zone I was expecting it to respect. Kept moving downward without respecting that zone. This was a trade I was supposed to take last week, which I didn't because I was looking at this zone. If this zone was not respected, then the market might likely break up and do change of character at this place and start going to the top, which I don't want to be trapped in. It's just better to be careful than to just take the trade anyhow and say what will be will be. When you take it and say what will be will be and you now go the wrong way, you'll be like, I wish I had known. I would have waited for my confirmation. Now let's see what the new week is going to have for us. On the weekly time frame, there is no clear sign here yet. And let's see daily. Market just keep ranging downwards. So it might have a buy to the upside to respect this other block here because there's a break of structure on this place. And there's also FVG here. So it might go up to respect that other block. And let's see what 4 hours have. So 4 hours is also pointing at up other block. So we might be expecting more of a buy on Euro JPY this new week. More of a buy. But clearly we have to wait for a break of structure here. If you have a break of structure here, then we'll find buy to this upside. But if there's no break of structure, just wait and see what the market has to play out. Now let's go to the next one, which is NZD CHF. If you have been following me for a long time, you'll see that almost all these pairs I'm showing right now, I've traded all of them on the group. I've posted almost all of them on the group. Though I take some trades on them personally without sharing, which I said I'm going to stop this week, and I'm going to share everything on the Telegram always to see how good we can become. Now the NZD CHF is what it has. As at last week, there was no trade on this place last week. I did not take any trade on this pair last week because it was not giving me any clear sign. Except it was giving me this. I was hoping to come to this place and respect it and keep dumping to the down. Sorry. Now let's see what the 4 hours had to say. There was still no clear sign on 4 hours. And let's see what 1 hour had to say. Last week was really, really messy. There was no clear trade last week. Except the XAUSD that gave us something at least. XAUSD, that was the only trade. We had something valid here. Nothing was going on here. Just ranging downward. Just fumbling around. No clear entry. No trade on this pair as well. NZD CHF. It's a good pair. I've traded before and it helped me to pass my funded account one time like that. Just a good one. No clear trade on this on this pair. None. I guess that was all for last week. Now let's see what the new week is going to have on this pair. Let's see what the new week is saying. Just keep ranging on this place. On 4 hours. There's a break of structure here. But this FVG is not a valid one. Let's see if it's showing on 1 hour. Then I can take it if it's showing on 1 hour. It's not showing on 1 hour. So just have to wait to see what the week brings. On this pair.
Now, as for the NZD USD, I set 2 alarm on this place.
I'm expecting the market to come to. This is my initial point. I want the market to come to, and I sell it downward as at yesterday. But okay, was it yesterday? Sorry, it was on Friday because market did not come to that zone on Friday. Can you guys hear me? Not sure if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm speaking out clear, right?
Yes.
Marco, you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we only have two people on this live. This is good. For this reason, let's just see. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, let's continue with the next one. The next one we have here, we have NZD USD. NZD USD. And the NZD USD, what happened last week? Let's see, last week. Last week was kind of a bit funny. But let's see how the week went for us. The last week started this with the let me take this off. The last week started this week. Now you can see clearly on this zone there's a lack of structure here. So yeah, there's market supposed to come and test these points before going back upward. And like I said, weekly time frame takes more time to happen. And let's go down to the day. On the daily time, the market is already heading down to this direction because market also had a lack of structure here. It's going to test this other block here before it continues going to the other side. Let's see what 4 hours had to say. And before I was supposed to look for sell now on this point because once we know on the daily time frame, market is supposed to come test this place on daily time frame. So overall of this market now should be sell. But that does not determine what the market is going to do. You still need to wait for confirmation. You cannot just jump in and start selling. Now, this is a clear confirmation I would have take. Let me replay it. Sorry, I did not replay it on the weekly time frame. I did not see what the last week was saying. Let me replay. This is a replay for the last week. Let's see what daily says. Now, so you can see daily is already heading down to respect that zone. 4 hours, the same thing. And let's see what 1 hour said. That's at Monday last week. So there's no break of structure here yet. Let's see what happens. Let me play. I need to make this snappy so it does not look too lengthy. Now, it's breaking structure to the upside. Like I said, does not define that overall trend does not define what the market will say, what the market is going to do for the week. It only shows you should know that if I'm trying to buy now, I should not buy for long because the thing will start selling to this point very soon. So it's better if you just wait for the sell to happen instead of buying and saying I should not buy for long. I should wait for the sell. Just wait for the sell to happen instead, which gave us this sell on this side. It's going to be a good sell. It's going to be a good sell, yeah. Like I said, this new week should be expecting more of a sell on this NZD USD. NZD USD should be expecting more of a sell on this pair because there are more liquidity down here. It's supposed to come and respect like this liquidity now. So it's going to take this out. Sure, it might come downward to this place, but I would like to keep my TP open on this place so I don't just mess it up. Now let's see what the new week has for us on this pair. You can see this is another block. Now considering this other block, now if you want to put your entry, you will see entry will be here and SL will be above it a bit. And this will be your TP. TP will be on this other liquidity I've marked out already. But I don't like making my entry at this point because it's not that valid. I want to go down to 15 minutes or 5 minutes to find my entry. And 15 minutes, this zone is still valid, but let's see 5 minutes. I prefer 5 minutes more because 5 minutes gives me a smaller zone, something to navigate around, something to play with, which makes it fun for me. Now on the 5 minutes, you can see market is supposed to come to this place to respect this zone here. You can see. So I'll make sure my TP, my SL is above this place. Market can choose to come here to respect it or stop here to respect this side. And let's see what happens. Let's see what I have on the 1 hour. in the 1 hour. So we should be looking out for this trade. I think I posted this on the group last week. That was on Friday. I posted this. I said this is my trade I'm looking out for, but I posted it as a buy trade instead. Now let me make my SL a bit bigger so it covers everything. So my SL will be here. I like my SL being 10 pips. I don't know why. It gives me more confidence. 10 pips or 12. That's the max I like using. So I'll put my TP here at this liquidity I told you. So if you look closely, we're having 1:6. You can still make the SL 12 pips instead, just to be on the safer side. Don't want it too tight. When you can use 1 minute to take me out. Because when time trade use 1 minute to take me out, it vex me past when you use longer time. So it's USD CHF. In the USD CHF, as you see, I had analysis here already, which I was looking out for. Now to make all these things snappy, I cannot backtest all of them. So on the next class, we're going to do it this way. Fasting the backtesting and make everything snappy. I have to make this video on YouTube as well, so I don't want it to be very, very lengthy. So let's just watch out what the week has for us. So I have to pause the replay and see what the new week is going to be having. And let's see the weekly time frame. Except I get to any trade we took last week, I'll have to explain it. Just let me know if I get any trade we took last week. Let me unmute you guys. So you can tell me if I get any trade we took last week. You let me know. Just pick out and I'll have to check that trade again. Now on the USD CHF, on the weekly time frame, market is supposed to come to respect to this place. Let's see what daily is saying. On the daily time frame, I still want same zone. It might stop here and keep going down. But now on the daily time frame, it's also trying to create a breakup structure. Let's see it on the 4 hours clearly, which is this structure. It breaks here, and this is not really a clear one, but on the 4 hours, it's the break structure here. Let's see what it has on 2 hours. If it's a clear breakup structure, you can see it's a clear BOS here, and there's this red last bearish candle here. So market should come down and test this zone before going up. Let's see what the 1 hour has. If that zone is, you can see I marked it out on the 2 hours. This is an FVG from 2 hours. Market should come down. Now, why didn't I put my entry at this point? Let me show you why. I go down to the 5 minutes, and I find the last bearish candle before that move you are seeing. And this is the last bearish candle I saw before the move. Is this candle, which is not that valid for me. So I have to use 15 minutes instead. On the 15 minutes, I guess I was using that 5 minutes. So this trade was not even well positioned, which I'm sure about that. I have to position it clearly so we don't have a situation where we miss out on the trade or we don't even see trade. We are waiting patiently for something that's not going to happen. But sometimes I prefer missing out than hitting SL, because it pains me more when I hit SL. If I hit the SL alone, it's more interesting, but hitting it when everybody is there waiting, it's painful. So I expect the market to come here, respect this, and move to the top. But let's see what's going to happen for when the market open on Monday. Now let's see the GBP card. Let's see what GBP card has to say. The GBP card weekly time frame. There's no clear structure here. On the daily time frame, there's nothing at all. So market should come to this side if my position is right. But there's still this FVG I wanted to fill up, so I just wanted to come to this upside. Let's see what 4 hours is saying. On 4 hours, you can see the FVG clearly showing here. Market should come to the upside. But let's see if we can have a buy from here to that top. There's no clear buy except for this side, which I doubt market can come down. But if this new week opens and market comes down to this side, you might be looking for a buy. Now let's see what GBP AUD has. On the GBP AUD charts, let's see what weekly time frame is saying. Weekly time frame is coming down to respect this zone here. Then on the daily time frame, it's coming down as well. So I'm just looking for a sell from this point to bring it down.
But mind you, weekly time frame takes more time to happen. But let's see what 4 hours is saying. In the 4 hours time frame, this zone was not valid. I guess I found this entry from a 1 hour time frame, which is this place. And I guess with this week happening here, I have to cancel this trade because this trade is no longer valid. I already bought a week up to this side, clear out the FVG, so it's just going to go down. So anytime you see me type imbalance and FVG, they mean the same thing. FVG is still mean imbalance. So we're going to wait for the market to open to see what GBP AUD has for us for the new week. Now next one is the AUD CHF. The AUD CHF, let's see what the new week is going to have for us. Now on a weekly time frame, there is no entry on this pair. Most times you can check all the pair, you don't even see entry, you only see entry in 2. You just have to take that 2. Since you are sure that 2 is strong entry for you. Let's see 4 hours. There's a break of structure, but not clear enough for me because of this. They did not take out this liquidity, that they did take out this one, so it might keep coming downward. Let's see what 1 hour has to say. In the 1 hour, there is no break of structure yet, so we just have to wait and see what the week brings. Now on the Euro CHF, this is what is happening on the Euro CHF. Let me see the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, you can see markets keep going downward. So I guess it's going to respect the zone down there, which I do not see it clearly. And let's see what the daily is saying. On the daily, there's no clear structure here. On the 4 hours, you can see markets came to respect this and keep going down. Let me see what 1 hour is saying right now. So on the 1 hour time frame, market might likely come to respect this zone here, which I still have to look out for when the market opens tomorrow. So we might be having a break of structure here. And waiting for this zone to see what market is going to do, because here we already have this liquidity, double top. It's a double top liquidity. I do like to mark it out this way. Market will come to clear this liquidity and maybe respect this and go down. But I told you I like going with FVG because it gives me more confidence than the liquidity, other liquidities. Now this trade was on AUD card CHF, which I took that day personally, but I did not share it in the group. I was expecting market to come down to clear this, and it did come to respect this. Went up, respected it again, then kept going up, gave me small profits, and boom, after the CPI, it came down to take me out. But I did close my position before the CPI because I saw that CPI was going to be kind of a rough one due to what happened in the NFP. Now let's see what the new week has for us. Weekly, there's nothing on the weekly time frame. Daily time frame, there's nothing on the daily time frame. 4 hours, 1 hour, there's nothing yet. So we should just watch out and see what the week presents. Now next is the Euro card, and let's see what the weekly has for us. On the weekly time frame, there's nothing yet. On the daily time frame, there is no entry. 4 hours, we have entry. There's no entry. There's no clear sign on the 1 hour. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes.
fine. There's no clear sign on the 1 hour. Now let's go to the CHF JPY. The CHF JPY, let's see what weekly is saying. On the weekly time frame, there's no entry. On the daily time frame, there's still no entry. But I'm expecting the market to dump downward, making this change of character here. Like there's going to be a change of character here. It was going upward before, but still there's a change of character on this side, which we call change of character. Anytime you see church, it means change of character. And 4 hours. So if there's a church in this daily time frame, now I'm expecting the 4 hours to come. I'm expecting market to go up to respect this zone here, which on 4 hours there's nothing, no clear break of structure yet. 1 hour, there's no break of structure. So we should just watch out and see what's going to happen during the week. On the USD card weekly time frame, let's see. I guess I already analyzed something there, but let's see. Weekly time frame, expect market to come up to this place. which we are going to check on the daily time frame. That's what daily is saying. Daily time frame market already had a break of structure here. It came to respect this zone here, which I'm not sure if it's going to respect it, because it's going to come up and fill out this space to respect here. But let's see what the 4 hours is saying. On the 4-hour time frame, there's a break of structure here to the upside, another break here. So when you see this break of structure, market don't respect the first order block. It just means the market might come after break forming one structure, another structure. It will come down and clear out this structure, use it as liquidity to respect this one. So people that will set their entry here to just come and take them out and respect this zone. It happens most of the time. But let's see what it's saying on 1 hour. On 1 hour, this is very strong zone for entry. So I can just mark it out as break of structure, BOS, and this is my entry on this place. And here we have this FVG. Now let's see. I expect market to, but I want to confirm the zone on 15 minutes. Let me see how where I'm supposed to set my entry. Let me take 5 minutes instead. So I will know where I'm supposed to put my entry in order to prevent more harm. Now, if you look closely, the last bearish candle is this one, which market should come down to respect. Let me check the 1 hour and see. So market should come down to this place before going up. This should be our expectation for next week. This is going to take time to happen. Might happen to us Friday or maybe Thursday. But what I do most times, I will just set this and forget about it. Set my alarm as well. So when it just comes to there to notify me and say, market is coming to this place, I just have to come. So I'll set my alarm here, add alert, and wait for market to come. Once market gets to this side, my alert will ring and I will just have to check. Now this is USD JPY. USD JPY did not take any trade last week. I guess I was supposed to take one trade, which I missed out last week because I was outside that day when it came to the zone and I was not having proper confirmation. In daily time frame, there is nothing yet except it's going to come to respect this, fill out this FVG and respect this zone here. Let's see what 4 hours is saying. There is no clear break of structure on 4 hours. No clear break of structure on 1 hour as well. Now AUD card, on the AUD card, let's see what the weekly time frame is saying. Weekly time frame, I'm expecting market to drop down a bit, maybe stop here or here. But let's see what daily is saying. The daily time frame, market is trying to form a change of character to the downside. Let's see 4 hours had that change of character already. There is no clear change of character here. Same applies to 1 hour. It already seems it's dumping on 1 hour already, but let's still wait for a proper break of structure before we can enter. AUD USD. On AUD USD, let's see what 1 weekly time frame has to give. On the weekly time frame, market just keeps going up. Daily time frame, let's see. It's already coming down. It might respect this zone or come down to this place to respect it. Either of these two. This is too far, which is on the weekly time frame as well. But let's see this. And let's see what 4 hours has to offer. Let's go down to 1 hour. Now there's no clear sign here. Now going back to this daily, I might choose to mark out this place as well. What should I do when market come here? Once market gets to this place, I will expect a change of character here. Because that's a break of structure to the upside, then I'll find my entry. But if there's no break of structure at this point, just continue and expect it to continue going downward. Now let's see what GBP CHF has for us on the weekly time frame on GBP CHF. Market just keeps going down. There's no clear sign here. Other traders might have clear entry based on their own analysis. This is my own analysis for the market. On the 4 hours, there's no clear sign. On 1 hour, there's nothing yet for us on this GBP CHF. Now, CAD JPY. On CAD JPY, let's see what the weekly time frame has for us. I have to take this out. weekly time frame, since market will be going downward, slopey. Daily time frame, since it will be going downward, there's no clear break yet for entry on daily time frame. Now on the 4 hours, it came to respect here and kept going downward. Now on the 1 hour, what's market doing? There's this break of structure here on 1 hour. This break of structure here on 1 hour. This break of structure, and there's this clear entry, this other block here. As you can see, there's an FVG here, which market already filled the FVG up. So I'm not taking this trade because it's already filled up this FVG. There's no other FVG for it to come and fill up. So if it's coming up now, it might go up to clear this liquidity here, which is going to be a very risky trade for us. So let's leave this out for now. The Euro GBP. Surprisingly, I saw this trade last week, but I was not having proper confirmation on it because this was what I saw last week. Break of structure here, and I was expecting market to come to this place, which I said this is an FVG, but I was not having pure confidence on the trade. I just said I should just let it because market was ranging at this point, so it might come up and decide to take out this liquidity. Anything can happen. Let's see what NZD JPY is saying. The NZD JPY, New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. It's market heading into the downside. There's still a zone on the weekly time frame here that should come and respect. So it might just come and respect this here, this demand area, and go up. Let's see the daily time frame. The daily time frame. It's already said it respected a zone here, which I'm not going to take this because I want it to still come down a bit. Then on the 4 hours, what's the 4 hours saying? There's a break of structure here. There's a other block there. Now on the 1 hour time frame, it's another block here. Which, if market does not form a change of character here, it just come up and respect this, then we expect a sell downward, a sell slopey. So keep taking it downward. Let's see what the new week brings for us. Why do I place my entry at this point instead of putting it here? Because I went down to the 5 minutes to see the last bullish candle there. Where is the last bullish candle on the 5 minutes? Now I decided to take this bullish candle here as the last one. So let's see what the market has to offer in this new week. Now, next on my list is AUD JPY. It's a very long and boring session. Please bear with me. This is just your first time. With time, you get used to it. Weekly time frame. It takes longer than this to analyze the market. I'm just trying to make everything snappy. Weekly time frame. We see the market is going downward now. But let's see clearly on the daily time frame. AUD JPY. Daily time frame. If it makes a break of structure at this point, then it's going to go upward. But let's see 4 hours. Let's see what market is saying on 4 hours. So I had to do a quarter. Now on the 4 hours, there is no clear entry. On the 1 hour, market is not giving any sign yet on 1 hour. Except I wanted to come up to this side to respect the zone and keep dumping, which is not a valid zone, but I'm just watching out to see what's going to happen. If you want to give us a break of structure here, then we look for more buy. On the GBP USD, let's see what GBP USD is having for the week. The weekly time frame, it's supposed to come down to respect here. Let's see daily. It's supposed to still come down to respect here. So we're looking for more sales. On the 4 hours, is the break of structure. There's an FVG here. Market already respected this other block, so this is not valid anymore. I guess I missed that trade as not valid. Let's see what 1 hour has. On the 1 hour time frame, came up to respect this other block, so it might keep dumping downward this week. On the GBP JPY, this had been my trades. This had been my pair since this month. Giving me good return. Sweet TP, very fast and reliable, but it will fuck you up sometimes. Now on the weekly time frame, it seems market to be going downward, selling more of a sell. Expect more sell on GBP, GPY. On the daily time frame, you can see break structure here. Is an other block to come to respect. So it might buy it for a little while and keep dumping. On the 4 hours time frame, it has not made any clear break of structure to buy yet. Just keep dumping. On the 1 hour, it came to respect this other block here and kept dumping. So let's see what's going to happen during the week. On the Euro USD, as for weekly time frame, there's no entry yet. Okay, on the weekly time frame, I guess it wants to dump. Let's see what's happened on the daily time frame, because it wants to come to respect this zone. On the daily time frame, is already dumping to respect this zone or this. Well, let's see what happens on the 4 hours. Break of structure here, minor break of structure comes up to respect here and keep dumping. Let's see if that's going to happen on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, yeah, so I'm expecting market to come up a bit, respect this zone and dump downward for me on Euro USD, which coming down to respect this zone, going to give us 1:10 if it plays out. Now let's see XAU USD. Now for XAU USD, I use a totally different strategy to analyze this market. I'm going to explain it in the class when we have our lives, when we start having class for next month. Now let me show you something. I'll be looking out for the Euro XAUSD. XAUSD made a dump to this side to respect this zone here, which I saw on the daily time frame here to respect this zone. The daily, it seems it came down to respect this here, either of the two. Now on the 4 hours time frame, what happened on the 4 hours time frame? Now if you are looking closely on the 4 hours time frame, the market has not given any clear sign of entry yet, except this one, which might not happen, but might happen if markets dump downward. But let's go down to 1 hour and see what's going to happen on 1 hour. Now I call this a continuation pattern. When you see one candle, then bullish candle, then another red candle, take it out. Markets might choose to respect this place, which it already did. It's respected here. So it's most likely going to dump downward to respect the 4 hours before going up. It might choose to respect there or choose to respect this. Either of the two. But like we already said, it seems it's already respected this place. So let's see what happens later. Maybe it might resume and respect here or resume above it or resume below. Either of the two. I'm going to find an entry during the day. So thank you for listening. I guess that's all we have this evening. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me. Any question?